Hey there, future fellow weirdo of the flock. Welcome to the most offensive church this side of the universe, the Pretty Big. Wait, wait, I'm doing things. Okay. Welcome to the most offensive church this side of the universe, the Pretty Pig. Yay! Welcome. I am your hostess with the leastest, the saint of awesome, your superstone sage, Saint Nikki Grit, haha, and I am wonderful. Yeah. So, what we're doing right now is we're going to be reading Kings 13. Solomon just did something, but oh, wait, no. Solomon didn't do nothing. Uh, Jeroboam and Rehoboam are fighting it out. So, okay, so Jeroboam is, I guess, king of Israel, and Rehoboam is king of Judah. So Jeroboam thinks if the people go and sacrifice, they'll go back to the original king. And instead of him making his own feast to God so the people stay with him, he decides he's going to call God a cow. He's going to call him a double cow. So an extra fat ass, right? That's what this guy's calling God. Um, so hold on. I think, okay, and for some reason he did this November 15th. I don't know if that really matters or not, but he did it November 15th. And I'm pretty sure there is not a God feast on that day. I don't know. But I don't remember. I don't think there is, but there might be. Um, so we're on chapter 13. Okay, so chapter 13. Okay, and if you're watching this on replay, crew, watch it at 2 times speed. It's way better. And for some reason on the replay, I always sound slower. So if you watch it 2 times speed, it's better. So I'm not a preacher. I'm not going to preach this to you. I'm going to read it to you and give my opinion about what it says. That it seems like that's what I do, so that's what's going to happen. So it says, and behold, a man of God went from Judah to Bethel by word of the Lord. And Jeroboam stood by the altar to burn incense. Then he cried out against the altar by the word of the Lord and said, O altar, altar! Thus says the Lord, behold, a child, Josiah by name, shall be born to the house of David, and on you he shall sacrifice the priests of the high places. who burn incense to you, and men's bones shall be burned in you. And he gave a sign that same day, saying, This is a sign which the Lord has spoken. Surely the altar shall split apart, and the ashes on it shall be poured out. And this is supposed to happen later in the story, at a different time later in the story. I don't remember what part it is. Um, what the fuck is happening? Okay. So that's what's happening. So, man, I need some coffee. Man, I should have got coffee. I wasn't prepared. See, I was on the phone and I was talking, but I was watching wrestling. And then I was texting, and then I was calling, and I was watching wrestling, and there was a lot of things going on. I didn't get any coffee. I didn't turn on my lights. I didn't. I did my dishes. Yay, way to go, me. I'm going to go get some coffee. I'll be right back. Here, maybe you can read that. It says, I will hurt your feelings. Come here, Jackie baby. I didn't mean to step on you. I didn't mean to step on you, baby. Oh, what's happening? Okay, that's happening. Sorry, thank you. And I never even turned the light on. I don't care. Okay, so the ashes shall be poured out. So it came to pass when King Jeroboam heard the saying of the man of God, who cried out against the altar in Bethel, that he stretched out his hand from the altar, saying, Arrest him. He said, Arrest him. Then his hand, which he stretched out, withered so he could not pull it back to himself. The altar also was split apart, and the ashes poured out from the altar according to the sign which the man of God had given. Okay. Ow. What the fuck is happening? I don't know. Then the king answered and said to the man, please entreat the favor of your God and pray for me that my hand may be restored. Hi, General Piggy. I'm so glad you're here. I love you. And this story right here is absolutely fucking wild. Look, it's wild. And right now, Jeroboam has got a skeleton hand. He looks like one of those guys from Pirates of the Caribbean, Cursed whatever. The Curse of the Black Pearl. You know how they get the skeleton-y hand when the moon touches them or whatever? That's what he looks like right now. So the man of God entreated the Lord, and the king's hand was restored and became as before. Then the king said to the man, come home with me and refresh yourself, and I will give you a reward. But the man of God said to the king, even if you were to give me your house, I would not go there, and I definitely would not eat or drink there. Are you kidding? For so it was commanded me by the word of the Lord, saying, you shall not eat bread nor drink water, nor return the same way you came. So he went another way and did not return by the way to Bethel. Okay. In my video earlier, I was talking about the Bible having a lot of filler. Like it has a lot of filler episodes. This would be one of those filler episodes. This coming up right here. It says, now an old prophet dwelt in Bethel. Well, okay, I guess it's not filler. There is a good lesson in it. Like if you don't listen to God, this is what happens. But in the overall trajectory of the book, this is filler. The curse the curse of my love not. Yes. Yes, I also agree. The first Pirates of the Caribbean was actually really decent. Really good. Okay. Now, an old prophet dwelt in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works that the man of God had done that day in Bethel. They also told their father what he had said about he couldn't eat or drink or anything like that. So, and their father said to him, where did he go? Because his son saw which way he went. Then he said, saddle the donkey for me. And he rode on it and went after the man of God and found him sitting under an oak. Then he said to him, Are you the man who came from Judah? And he's like, yeah. And he said, come home with me and eat some bread. And the dude was like, no, I can't go with you. I can't do any of that because God said. And then he was like, I'm also a prophet, just like you. And God told me that you could. Right? God said, yeah, I can do this. Or, yeah, he can do this. Now, this guy didn't ask God if he was like, hey, did you tell this guy? Because some dude just run up on him and was like, I'm a prophet. God told me do the exact opposite of what he told you to do. It's a winning combination. That's how you know you're winning. You don't have to listen to God. I'm just kidding. That's how you know you're losing. Okay. So, yeah, you can come eat with me. So he went back with them and ate bread in his house and drank water. Now it happened as they sat at the table that the word of the Lord came to the prophet, and he cried out to the man, and he said, because you have disobeyed me and have not kept the commandment which I commanded you, but you came back and did the exact opposite of what I said, right? Your corpse shall not come to the tomb of your fathers. So it was after he had eaten bread and drank that he saddled a donkey for him. When he was gone, a lion had met him and killed him, and his corpse was thrown on the road, and the donkey stood by it. The lion also stood by the corpse, and there men passed by and saw the corpse on the road, and the lion standing by it. Then they went and told it in the city where the old prophet dwelt. Now, when the prophet who heard it said, it is the man of God who was disobedient, therefore the Lord has delivered him to the lion, which has torn him and killed him, according to what God said. And he spoke to his son, saying, saddle the donkey. And then he went and found the man's corpse thrown on the road, and the donkey and the lion standing by the corpse. The lion did not eat nor tear the donkey. And the prophet took up the corpse and laid it on the donkey and brought it back. So the old prophet came to the city to mourn and bury him. Then they laid the corpse in his own tomb, and they mourned over him, saying, that he spoke. Okay, so it was after he buried him, he spoke to his son, saying, when I am dead, bury me here. Lay my bones beside his. For the saying which he cried out by the word of the Lord against the altar and Bethel, and against all the shrines on the high places, which are the cities of Samaria, and surely will come to pass. After this event, Jeroboam did not turn from his evil ways, but again made the priests from every class of people for the high places. Whoever wished, he consecrated them, and he became one of the priests of the high places. And this thing was a sin to the house of Jeroboam, so as to exterminate and destroy it from the face of the earth. Not sure what that means, but okay. So that was the end of that chapter. So, General Piggy, is it skipping a lot? Hi, cousin. Welcome. Yeah, okay. So, how are you? What's everybody doing? Miss Muddy! Oh, I am so happy you're here. Oh my god. I miss you so much. I miss you so much. Yes. As a matter of fact, I think we all missed you so much. I'm not going to be selfish and say I'm the only one that missed you because I'm pretty sure everybody missed you. Hot cross buns. Hey, can you put one of those in the mail and send it to me? Man. I need to turn my other chat on. Okay. Let me do good things. I want to do good things. No, I'm mostly just kidding. I want to do terrible things because I'm good at them. You know what? Where's the one? Damn, I don't like that at all. That was stupid. Ah, no way. This is silly. Okay. Okay, there we go. We'll just have to do it like that. Yay, things are happening. I hate this new computer. Well, this is an old computer. Well, okay. It is a very, well, okay, like it's a Chromebook. And it's really aggravating to use because my other computer is terrible. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So, Miss Muddy, where have you been? How many of your animals had babies? And are you taking another sabbatical? Because if you go missing again, I'm going to make a story called The Legend of Miss Mud Duck. And it's going to be a scary story. It's going to talk about Miss Mud Duck sneaking up on your tent and knitting you inside your blankets. Wild, like don't fall asleep. She'll sew you into your sleeping bag and then beat you with a cast iron skillet. Could you imagine that? Did you know that's what happened to Willie Nelson? One of his ex girlfriends sewed him up in his bed and beat him with a frying pan. Sure did. He'll tell you all about it. And Dustin's grandmother did that to somebody also who abused her. She sewed him up in those sheets or whatever and beat the living daylights out of that guy. Sure did. And that's what Miss Mud Duck will do to you if you don't listen to my stories. I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad that you're sick. I'm just glad that you're back and like better. I need to quit fucking around, man. I need my other computer. This computer. Oi. I just need my other computer. But it should be getting fixed tomorrow, maybe. It should be getting fixed tomorrow, and I should have it back Sunday. And hopefully it'll be better on Sunday. Yep. So I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah, it's almost bedtime. That's right. And Dustin uh, is, well, he started his new job working second shift. And I'm kind of scared to be home second shift by myself. Because that's when fucked up shit happens, man. Second shift. And it's like, this is a terrifying time to be alone. And Dustin won't be home for like another 30 minutes, I think. Does anybody else get scared of things in the middle of the day? Because I get scared of things in the middle of the day. Okay. Mm. Third shift, I had no problem when Dustin worked third shift. Like, there was no issue when Dustin worked third shift. I don't know why, but something about being home alone in the middle of the day. It's like, I don't like that. And especially because the cats want in and out, in and out, in and out. So it's like, I can't just keep the door shut and locked. You know, I gotta open it and close it, open it for the cats. I just don't want people to know I'm home. I'm glad I work first shift. Dustin might be able to get, like, because his job, they have another building. So he's hoping he could go over to that other building and drive a forklift over there and work first shift. But he just started this job, so I'm sure he's not going to go up to the manager like, hey, can you transfer me? I just started the other day. I mean, I would. Okay. Are we ready to go to chapter 14? But everybody, don't forget to hit like and subscribe or follow and give me the red pills. Because I think I earn them with my imagination. I'm like SpongeBob. Okay. At that time, Abijah, the son of Jeroboam, became sick. And Jeroboam said to his wife, please arise, disguise yourself, that they might not recognize you. The wife of Jeroboam, go to Shiloh. Okay, so his son's name is Abijah. And this prophet he's sending her to see is Ahijah or Ahijah, but I think it's Ahijah. Go to Shiloh. Ahijah the prophet is there, who told me I would be king. Also, take with you some bread, some cakes, a jar of honey, and go to him, and he will tell you what will become of the child. And Jeroboam's wife did so. She arose and went to Shiloh and came to the house of Ahijah. But Ahijah could not see, for his eyes were glazed by reason of age. Now the Lord said to Ahijah, here's the wife of Jeroboam, coming to ask you about her son. So you'll tell her, it'll be when she comes that she will pretend to be another woman. And so it was when Ahijah heard the sound of her footsteps as she came through the door. He said, come in, wife of Jeroboam. Why do you pretend to be another? For I have been sent to you with bad news. Go tell Jeroboam that God said, because I exalted you among the people and made you ruler, and you tore the kingdom away from David. And I tore the kingdom away from David and gave it to you. And yet you have not been like David, who kept my commandments, who followed me with his heart, to do only what was right in my eyes. But you have done more evil than all who were before you. For you have gone and made for yourself other gods and literally called me a cow, like a double cow. You called me a big cow. Like I was so big you had to come me into. And that is highly disrespectful because I have washboard abs. Thank you very much. I am skinny. I am not a cow. I do not have udders. Thank you. And you did this to provoke me to anger and have cast me behind your back. Therefore, I will bring disaster on the house of Jeroboam, and I will cut off from Jeroboam every male in Israel, bond and free. I will take away the remnant of the house of Jeroboam, as one takes away refuge until it is all gone. And the dogs shall eat whoever belongs to your house. Like all the animals will eat all your people. For the Lord has spoken. Arise, go to your own house. When your feet enter the city, the child will die. And all these terrible ass people will mourn and bury him. For he is the only one of Jeroboam who will come to the grave. Because of him, there is found something good toward the Lord and the house of Jeroboam. Hey, Rilla's mom, how are you? Okay, here we go. Moreover, the Lord will raise up for himself a king over Israel, who shall cut off the house of Jeroboam. This is the day. What? Even now, for the Lord will strike these terrible ass people as a reed is shaken in the water. He will uproot these terrible ass people from this good land which he gave their fathers, and will scatter them beyond the river, because they have made their wooden images, provoking the Lord to anger. And he will give them up because of the sins of Jeroboam, who sinned, and when he made Israel sin. Because these people have no mind. They're zombies. Then Jeroboam's wife, arose and departed and came to Tirzah. When she came to the threshold, the child died. And they buried him and mourned for him. like Ahijah said. Now, everything else of Jeroboam did, like everything, they're written in Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. The period that Jeroboam reigned was 22 years, and he rested with his fathers. Then Nadab, his son, reigned in his place. Dun, dun, dun. We're not done yet, don't worry. And Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he became king, and he reigned 17 years in Jewland, the city which the Lord chosen out of all the tribes to put his name. His mother's name was Naamah. She was an Amorite. Now, Judah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins which they committed, more than any that their fathers had done. They also built high places, sacred pillars, wooden images on every tree. And there was also perverted persons in the land. They did according to all the abominations of the nations, which the Lord had cast out before the children of Israel. And it happened in the 5th year King Rehoboam that Shishak, the king of Egypt, came up against Jewland and took away the treasures of the house of the Lord and the treasures of the king's house, and he took away everything. So I don't know if that also includes the Ark of the Covenant, God's suitcase chair, but they said they took everything from the house of the Lord. So does that also mean God's suitcase chair? Because if so, then it's somewhere in Egypt. He also took away Solomon's wallpaper of shields. Then Rehoboam made bronze shields in their place and committed them to the hands of the captains of the guard who guarded the doorway of the king's house. Whenever the king entered, the guards carried them and brought them back into the guard room. All right, good night, cousin. Good night, cousin. Brought them back. Now, the rest of the acts of Rehoboam are written in the Chronicles of Judah. And there was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam all their days. And Rehoboam rested with his fathers and was buried in the city of David, which is Zion, which is now known as Bethlehem. And his mother's name, she was an Amorite. Then Abijam, his son, reigned in his place. So maybe Abijam, but Abijam might be better. But that's the end of chapter 14. So, Rolo's mom, what are you doing? General Piggy, are you still here? Maybe. I don't know. Who's all still here? How many minutes are we at? Oh, we're at 45 minutes. Damn, we're doing pretty good. I can't read no more because chapter 15 is long as hell. We can read that tomorrow. Dun, 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 dun. Damn it. What is happening? I don't know what's happening. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now we know what's happening. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so does that mean watching the weather? Okay, well, I'll let you get to doing that, and I'll go ahead and get off here because Dustin should be home shortly. You know what I could do? I could check the GPS. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll check the GPS because I might stay on here until he gets home. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, he's on his way home right now. Yep. Look, he's on his way right now. You can't even see it. Can you? Maybe. Anyway, he's on his way home. Or at least I hope he's on his way home. Oh, yeah, no, he is on his way home. Uh, it almost looked like he was going down there to his mom's house. He might just be. Hmm, I don't know. Damn, now I'm confused. I think he's coming this way, though. Yeah, because he would be on this side of the thing. Yeah, he's on his way home. Now that I'm looking at it, he's like maybe 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away. That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, I have a GPS tracker on my boyfriend. I'm just kidding. He would actually be considered my husband, I think. Actually, he would be considered my husband. And he's really far away. Okay. Now, with all of that being said, General Piggy, Rollo's mom, I am super stoked that you guys showed up. I'm actually super stoked about that. And I want to tell you about guys. good night, goodbye, and I love you. There. General Piggy said bye to me whether he wants to or not. Good night, Rollo's mom. Yeah. Anyway, good night, Miss Muddy. I'm so happy you're back and I love you so much. And this place just is not the same without you. And you're lucky I don't put you in the yellow chair. Because I almost want to put you in the yellow chair, young lady. You too. Sweet dreams. Okay. Good night. I'm going to leave you with the nightmare of the yellow chair. Man, we are so fun. We have so many inside jokes. Man, we are the best ever. Anyway, I love you, Miss Muddy. Good night.